Welcome back to Puddle. Here we have the sewer level, because every game ever needs to have a sewer level. Is that not right? No. Who was it again? George Broussard? You know, the guy from 3D Realms who was basically the reason why Serious Sam had a sewer level. Let's just say this game's difficulty, it doesn't have a spike. It has a I don't know, a fucking sawtooth wave. Basically, it very, very quickly increases. So these next few levels are actually going to be fairly standard. They're not really going to be all that hard. One of them is going to be particularly annoying, but not hard, really. Later on in the game, though, holy shit. Like, I swear, this episode might be two levels, two areas, but the next few episodes, they're going to be dedicated to just one area of the game, if that. Because, my god, I've been playing through, when I've gotten to the end, I had to use a couple level skips, because it just gets fucking ridiculous. And I'm not even sure like how much of it is actual game design and how much of it is me sucking. Oh, okay, that was definitely me sucking, though, to be fair. Oh, as you can see, though, as you can see, we can't. No, as you can see, I can't see where the fuck the rest of my, what is this anyway? It's basically a combination of piss and rat remains. That's essentially what we're playing as here. The best game ever made, where you get to play as a dead rat. Except it's not even just the rat. Oh, how am I supposed to do this? At this point, the game starts to implement a lot of things that are dependent on you having a particular amount of whatever it is that you're controlling. So there will come a point when you're essentially soft-locked, unless you restart the entire level, which usually isn't a huge deal because the levels are quite short in this game, except when they're not quite short. And oh my god, physics, come on, do the thing you're supposed to do and let me fucking progress. See, I can't have my goop go way too far, because guess what'll happen? I will die. There you go, finally, I'll touch that fire and I'll die. Speaking of fire, later on we get to control something that is very much dependent on the fire. It feeds off of it, and we die if we cool down too much, which is just the best thing. And really, I think we're getting another case of fucking metal arms, where it's like, I start off all chipper and happy and positive, and I'm like, yeah, this game's awesome. And then I'm like, oh my god, stop. Okay, the game is still good. We haven't reached that point yet where things start to go downhill. And I understand that often, you might have noticed a pattern with me, I equate a game's quality diminishing as the game's difficulty increases. That is very simple. As a game becomes more difficult, I stop liking it as much, which is a really odd concept to a lot of people. I understand that we want to be able to play our video games, but for a lot of games become less playable as they go on, including this one. Right now, as you can see, it's still plenty playable. It's a little bit slow-paced because of all the stickiness and stuff. You're just going to have to wait a little bit for it to drop all the way down. Come on. Drip, 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 and you're going to fall and drip on top of me, just like that. And done. There you go. And the game does, at this point, still does a pretty good job warning you of oncoming hazards and such. Like, for example, here, you want to go down, but only in between the sections that don't have fire, right? Then you want to be very careful. And, I mean, that's probably going to kill me. Actually, no, that didn't kill me. Good, good. There you go. I'm still alive. Wait, no. I want to... Okay, I think I can save this. I can keep that goop there, and just a little bit off screen, I can see it dripping down, right? It's going to fall, and I'm going to be able to reunite it with the rest of my goop. Fortunately, there's the sticky moss, which keeps me in place. There's also this weird graphical glitch inside of one of them. I didn't even know that could happen. But anyway, this section is really simple, as you can see. You just kind of... Oh, no, wait, I think I might have mistimed that. Wait, no, I think we're just about going to survive it. See? Just back off a little bit. There you go. And now I'll do the same thing with the rest of my goop, and I can very easily get through. At this point, the game is not too difficult, so I'm going to have a fairly simple time traversing all of these obstacles, and it's going to be great. You know, the level design, the game's visuals kind of, I don't want to say they take a dive necessarily, but they definitely become a lot more ugly, if that makes sense. Like, they just become really drab and boring. And not just for this level, for a couple stages after this. Really, the game doesn't become more visually interesting until the very end game. There is this one level where the game's idea of something visually exciting is just complete garbage, and I fucking hate it. And there's a level with infrared, you know, where everything is just blue or red or yellow, and it's just impossible to see. Even though I think during the loading screen, they say some bullshit like, oh, this will make it easier for you to see. Except, it's not. Although, you know what, with how long these levels are... Oh, wait. I was gonna say, but as you can see, the exit is already open. I thought it would take a little more to open it. But with how long these levels seem like they're getting, or at least how much longer they take to complete, even if the levels themselves are still short in terms of overall land mass... I don't know, I really hope I don't have to split this episode, for example. No, I don't think so. Oh, some more graphical glitches. Nice. I love how they only show up when I'm recording and not when I'm just playing no, these show up when I'm just playing the game too, but not this one in particular. Look at that. That's nice. Anyway, what else to say? I mean, it's fucking Puddle. It's a game that... I think the problem and the reason why I am not in the best of moods right now after playing the rest of the game is because I think the developers start to forget, not at this point, we're still a few levels away from that, but later on, the game starts to forget what makes it fun, and it only kind of remembers around the end. There are a few end game stages that do remember what makes the game fun, and that's the speed, that's the physics, that's the timing. That's enjoyable. But when you start incorporating dumbass gimmicks, that's when it stops being all that fun, right? I think I'm starting to get why a lot of people criticize, you know, a lot of platformers with alternate gameplay styles and such, except personally I don't mind that too much, but here it's like when you have one really specific thing that's really cool and you throw it away, right? Like right now we still haven't thrown it away. As you can see, we're still traversing the stage in the way that we typically would in this game via our little liquid dude, and there's no real... oh god, it's another bug. Look at that. There's nothing too overly gimmicky or dumb. There you go. We're gonna just go right over that blade and hold back so you don't get sliced up by the slicer. And see, the levels aren't even that long. So in fact, yeah, for this episode, we're definitely going to be able to clear 2 locations, I hope. Problem is, I don't remember what the location after this was. I sure hope it's not the one that no. Oh, I know what comes right after this. And it's actually not too difficult of an area, except for one level, which I've played so many times that I hope that at this point I can just beat it on my first try, because it took so many tries to get through it. And now we're in a fucking one of those crystal balls with like water in them, and this is actually a very easy stage. You get a couple hits before you actually start to leak water. You can get hit, I think, 3 times, and then you start to leak. So as you can see, all you have to do is just keep it balanced to the curve, keep it tight, don't take too many hard hits, and we should be totally fine. There you go. Just make sure to keep the physics in check. So far the game is rendering everything correctly. That's good. Oh, fuck. That's one. But we're still good. Also, can I just say the music is actually really fucking good in this game? I think I've already said that. But especially later on, even though I absolutely fucking hate a level coming up. Not in this episode. I think it's going to be the next episode. But... yeah, it's a level that we're gonna have to do later. I absolutely despise the stage, but I do love the music in it. I think it creates a it's very thematically appropriate for the kind of location that we're gonna be in, let's just say. Also, what the fuck was that wrecking ball? That looked oh no, we're leaking now. Okay, time limit. At this point, we're on a time limit. Again, if I die, I'm just gonna skip to when I've made it back to this section. But right now, we're leaking. We're leaking just a bit. As long as we don't take too many more hits, we might have enough time to make it to the end of the level. Now, that moss you just saw breaks your fall. Oh fuck, wait, this might have been a mistake. Okay, good. I just about made it. That thing launches you. There's a reason why they colored it red, because it's not good for you. That's why. It'll launch you at something, and then you'll just die instantly. You'll crack your fucking ball, and you'll be broken. So hopefully we'll be able to survive just long enough here, because we're not leaking too much. As long as we don't take any more hits, we'll be fine. That mismatch in texture styling, it's like there's certain things that are just straight up black, and other things that are like actually textured. Somehow that doesn't damage me, even though you'd think it would. It's just, I guess because of the curve, it absorbs enough of the... Oh shit, was that another crack? Doesn't matter, doesn't matter. Look, we're fine, there you go, boom. And I think we win. Yes, that was just enough to pass. Thank you. Aha, so this is the stupid fucking gimmick level I was talking about. Here's what we have to do. We have to drop this ink inside of these little cones, these funnels, in order to open up the corresponding door. But while we're doing that, we also have to fill the ink cartridge or container or whatever it is with enough ink in order for the game to basically not fail me for no good fucking reason. Oh, those things are supposed to have little metal bits on them, those pistons in the corner. Because last time I played it, they were just pure black, but apparently they're supposed to have little pistons on them. Ah, okay, like not pistons, but like little bits of metal. I see. That made the game a little more confusing than it really had to be, but anyway, let's see if I can make it over there in time. Come on, go. Okay, I have made it. Good. Just drop a little more ink in there, and I think we should be fine. I think we'll be able to... Yeah, okay. At this point, we're guaranteed to win this. Thank God. I was not looking forward to doing this again. Now we just have to open this door by using the physics of the ink. And there you go. It looks very nice, actually. I love that color on it. Sonic Frontiers has made me a sucker for that... Actually, no, I've liked that color palette even before that game. But anyway, that should be good. There you go. Boom. First try. That took way too many tries. Oh shit, someone spilled the ink. Now we're moving on to the next area of the game, actually. Except that this is kind of like a prelude to that. We're still not quite there. If you can't tell by what look like blueprints, yeah, we're about to enter a ginormous contraption that is fueled by something purple. I wonder what that could be. No, actually, I wonder. Oh no, it's a rocket. I've never seen purple oil in my life, but maybe jet fuel. Is this actually jet fuel? I really want to say can't melt steel beams. I don't even know where the fuck that... Where does that come from? You know, it's one of those memes that you hear at some point and it's like, what? What the hell is that? I don't know, but it doesn't matter because I love how this game just randomly throws in these really cool levels, aesthetically speaking. Like this. This is awesome looking. It's so different and fresh, and oh... I don't think that dust-looking particle is supposed to be there. Okay. There might be an issue, but that's okay, because the levels, for the most part, aesthetically is intact. And now all we have to do is to get ourselves into those little A and B things. Just wait, and hopefully... I love how you get erased to death. Like, that's how it works. That's fun. And I think at this point, the level's basically over. It's a very short stage, yeah. Now we just have this section right here, and as you can see, the blue indicates that it's the end of the level. So let's just go ahead and get ourselves shot out like this, shot out again, and it'll eventually... There you go, it's starting to tick, tick, tick like that. That's fun. And it starts to open up the next area. Yep, there you go. And now it should almost be open. Yep, it's open. And now we just have to go around one more time so we can shoot ourselves into the opening so we can beat the level. Let's go. And there you go. We're done. We're done? We're done. Great. Okay, yeah, this thing is heavy. Basically, in this level, we're controlling this very, very, very heavy propellant, also known as fuel, I think. And it drops very quickly, and this level is very intense because of that, although it's not actually all that difficult. Honestly, nothing in this game feels difficult after playing the later game stages. Like, seriously, this shit is like piss easy in comparison. Look at it. Easy peasy, no problem whatsoever. You just manipulate the physics, you're careful not to fall, and that's it. You get these little bursts of fire that you have to avoid, and that's it. That's the whole challenge. Oh, shit. Okay, no, we're fine. We're fine. We still have enough to go around. There you go. Simple. And we're still mostly intact. It's amazing how playing like really hard late game stages in a game like this can make the stuff that felt hard at first actually really, really easy. Oh, okay, no, I'm still alive somehow. I kind of jumped the gun on that, but I think I'll be fine. You do get a little warning before the platforms drop, but as you can see, as long as you time it with the fire underneath, you should be totally fine. Now we just have to let ourselves fall down here, all the way into that tube, and that's the whole stage, I think. Right? Oh, nope, okay. That isn't the whole stage, actually. Oh, no. And I have, like, no health left. This isn't great. I think I'll make it, though. I think I'll survive. It's just going to fall all the way down, and now all I have to do is... There you go. We're just going to drop down. Oh, get split into pieces, but that's okay. As long as we don't get too separated, the game won't consider that a fail state. And now we're just going to fall one more time. See, this is when the game is actually still really fun. I'm really not looking forward to what's going to come next, though. Okay, in fact, I think it's within this area of the game that we encounter one of the first I fucking hate this game type stages. You know what I mean? The kind of level where no matter how good the game was up until that point, you instantly despise it. You just don't want to play it ever again. This area has that level for this game. In fact, it has several of them, but no, I think it only has one so far. Actually, this is the first one. Okay, it's not that bad. After I figured out what I have to do, this level isn't as impossible as I remember it being. So here's what's going on. We're controlling this thing. I didn't check what it was. And we're not controlling it, actually. We're controlling the environment around it, as always. And we're specifically manipulating these paddles. So we basically have to pinball physics our way through this entire level. That sounds like a pain in the ass, and well, it kind of is. But honestly... Look, I'm already almost halfway through the stage. It's not a very long level. I do have to give the game credit. Even when it's frustrating as all hell, it knows when to stop. And we're... No, we're not dead yet. We're not dead yet. Oh, just don't... Oh, fuck. Okay, that's not going to be good. The problem is because you have absolutely zero control over this thing, outside of, like, the paddles, of course, there is a very, very real possibility that you'll end up in just an unwinnable situation. Like, you'll just enter a trajectory that you cannot escape from, and you're basically screwed, you know? Fortunately, as you can see, we have just enough... Ah, fuck. We have just enough tiny little bit of control to be able to maneuver... Look at that. Look, the end of the level is right there. We're so close, and this is my first try on this during this playthrough. I can't even fucking believe that. Took so many attempts, like on my first run, and now I guess the recording curse isn't real, because look at that. First try. I have no idea how I just did that. Jesus Christ. Arizine 50 or whatever that is. Now this is actually a much easier stage. You know why? Because it's simple. All you have to do is to avoid all of these things, you see? You just rotate them around so that so that they don't hit you. Problem is that... Okay, let's restart that. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to not get hit. So as long as I can do that, because again, you have zero influence over the gel itself. This is anti-gravity. But you can influence everything around the gel. So you can go like this, there you go, and avoid that, avoid this. And I mean, we're still hitting stuff just by virtue of the fact that we exist. But as you can see, we can bounce that forward, and hopefully that'll be enough to clear the stage, right? Okay, well, clearly we're not actually the ones... Okay, this isn't going to work. I mean, I think it is going to work. If I can just ever so slightly bounce this thing over there, deflect it off of that propeller, and then like, go this way, and then I can bounce it off of this one, and then go back... Okay, this is an absolute lost cause. We're just going to do it again. We're doing it again, but I told you, it's really not that bad. It did not take me that many attempts to clear it. I guess that's just the karma I get for beating the first one easily. Now the game has to make up for it by making the next one really hard. There you go. Open, and... Oh, fuck. And now we're screwed. We're screwed, basically. You have to do it again. I told you, this is a very do-or-die kind of game. It's the kind of game where if you don't do it perfectly, no amount of finessing is going to make the imperfect become... acceptable. Again, there is no such thing as acceptable in this game. There is perfect, and then there is failure. There is no middle ground. So if I can successfully avoid all of this bullshit and... Oh, okay, hold on. I actually haven't failed just yet, so I think I'll be fine. that wasn't perfect, but the game does have a tiny little bit of margin for error. As you can see, there you go, boom, easy. And by easy, I mean that was like my fourth attempt. But that's easy, actually, in this game's eyes. Like, that's how these games work, because they're super short, right? This game has very little content, but the content that it does have is very challenging. But fortunately, it's challenging in a way that only slightly makes me think that it's mostly the game's fault whenever I fail. Not entirely. Because there's a lot of games where it's 100% the game's fault because it's just badly designed. Here, there's only a little bit of bad design, I find. This isn't one of those instances. This is just an instance of, well, I don't really know what you're supposed to do at this point, because as you can see, I'm kind of hovering in midair. And, you know, I just noticed they made the threshold of clearing the stage much higher than it used to be. As you can see, if I lose any more of my gel, I've lost. So let's try not to let that happen. So for some reason the electricity evaporates your gel, because that makes sense. And I don't know, it probably has some like physical qualities that it would legitimately make that happen in real life, but like who fucking cares about real life? You know, some people, I sometimes hear people say shit like, you know, oh, I wish real life was like a video game, it'd be so easy. No, real life's fucking easy in comparison to this. You don't have some asshole keeping track of how much liquid you have in a fucking vessel. And then, there you go, I finally won that. Okay, it wasn't actually that hard. Now, what's the next stage like? I think we're still controlling this thing. Oh my god, okay, I fucking hate this level. This was one of those stages where I just started to question, like, is this game actually any good? It is. It is good, but this level is very challenging. Here's what you have to do. You have to control the spinning thing in order to not destroy the gel, because for some reason it is integral to the savior of the universe or something. And this is going to be really freaking difficult while commentating. I don't know if I'll even be able to do it. I might have to shut up at some point just so I can... Okay, there you go. See, they start to... oh, shit. Always try and go along with the gel. Never try and outsmart it by kind of going a little bit ahead. No, just play along, if that makes sense. Let's see. Okay, that's that. Now that one's gonna shoot. Now that... Okay, fuck. Because I figured out which next one's gonna shoot. It's gonna be this one. You've basically, in this stage, if you even slightly fail, you've instantly failed. Like, there is no tolerance. Jeez, I told you. That's what you have to do. If I had tried to gone backwards there, I would have lost. So I have to just, okay, do that now. And then, okay, there you go. And this is, I think this is the last phase. The most evil one. Fuck, okay. Actually, no, this phase is a little bit easier. Shit. I say that, but I almost lose every time because it is still very challenging. Although somehow, I beat it on my first try. What the fuck is going on? It's like, okay. That was interesting. I guess... You know what I'm going to do? I think I'm just going to end the episode at this point, because I think I've been recording for long enough, and I really do not want to push my luck anymore with this part, because let me tell you, it's going to keep getting worse from here on out. So, with that, this has been part 3 of Puddle, and I'll see you guys in part 4, where things might start to change a little bit in terms of difficulty, alright? So see you guys in part 4.